Chapter 6, Data Descriptive 6.3 Measures of Dispersion for Ungroup Data, Variance and Standard Deviation. So outcome learning, find and interpret variance and standard deviation for ungroup data. So what is dispersion or variation? Dispersion or variation is how the data is spread out or dispersed from the mean. The smaller the dispersion values, means that the more consistent the data. Values are close together, meaning that values are close together. The larger the dispersion values, the more spread out the data values are. This means that the data is not as consistent. Okay, look at this graph. Okay, look at this purple color. This purple color actually is larger dispersion. So this blue color is smaller dispersion. So from this graph, we can conclude that the blue color, the data at blue color is more consistent compared the data at purple color. So we consider the following math quiz score of students from two classes, MS1 and MD1. So we have data for MS1, MD1, ungroup data. So both class have the same mean score, which is 8. Again, I repeat, both class have the same mean score, which is 8. So, which class is better? So from the observation, most of the score of student MD1 are closer to the mean. Mean is 8. So, the variability or dispersion of the score from the mean is less for class MD1 compared MS1. Therefore, we can say that class MD1 is better than class MS1. So, measure of dispersion we can determine using variance and standard deviation. But now, I will discuss about ungroup data. So, this is formula to calculate variance and standard deviation for ungroup data. For example, this is sample variance. So, formula sample variance. So, 1 over n minus 1, sum of x squared minus sum x squared over n. So, how to find standard deviation? You just square root of variance. So, what the symbol of xi? The symbol of xi is each data value. For n is the total number of data values. So, example 1. Find the variance of standard deviation of all the following numbers. This is ungroup data. So, how to calculate their variance and standard deviation? So, assume sample is not mentioned. So, we just use the formula. So, before that, we total up all the value of x. So, we get 117. Next, we square each x. So, we get 6 squared 36, 7 squared 49, 10 squared 100 until 25 squared. So, 25 squared 625. And then after that, we total up all x squared. So, we get 1801. After that, we substitute this value to the formula. So, this is formula variance. So, 1 over n minus 1. Sum of x squared minus sum of x squared over n. So, we just substitute this sum of x here, and sum of x squared here. N is 9. So, after that, we calculate, we get variance is 35. So, after we get variance, we can calculate standard deviation. So, standard deviation is square root of 35. Square root of variance. So, standard deviation is 5.916. That's all.